You don't need another grill or a separate flat top to make some smash burgers or cook foods that will normally fall through the grates. With one simple add-on, you can completely change what your grill is capable of. First of all, you want to divide your ground beef into equal portions, like so. Now that looks pretty good there. Now, if you want to be perfect and you have a kitchen scale, these are about 3 ounces or so, and that's perfect for a smash burger. And the reason you want these to be equal, so that they cook at relatively around the same time. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and roll them into a big old meatball. Don't pack in the meat too much. You wanna keep it relatively loose. And I'm gonna be using the barbecue rub GPS by my good old friend Justin over at Cask and Q. Go check him out. Season your meatballs like so. Don't be afraid to get some of that seasoning left on the board. Now, we don't believe in waste over here at the SJ household, so make sure you get all that rub off of that board. Okay, here we are. Our meatballs are pretty well seasoned. Let's get to the onions and peppers. Being very, very careful, let's slice these serranos. A very important thing is try to cut the ingredients as thin as possible, and that's your best bet. Now, the most dangerous tool probably in any kitchen is a mandolin. Be very, very careful with this. But a device like this, when used properly, produces some great results. Now I'm gonna slice the spiciest part of this pepper right now. Plus, it looks like 2 peppers is way too much. These are pretty big peppers. I really don't need more serranos in this. So let's get to the onion. Same process as before. Be very, very careful with your fingers. All right, so now when you're making onion burgers, really, really important to get that onion as thin as possible, because these will cook down a lot faster, and they're gonna get crispy, and they're gonna cook through, and they're gonna be absolutely delicious. Can't wait to show you. First thing I want to do is put in the barbecued all charcoal ring. Next, I'm taking a chimney and I'm gonna fill it with charcoal. I'm using Jealous Devil branded charcoal. And we're gonna fill up the chimney about 3/4 full. Get yourself your starter cube and light it up. I'm gonna divide it into 4 fire paths to help spread the heat across more of the cooking surface. I'm looking for even heat across the grill instead of one small blazing hot spot. Now, if you don't have the barbecued all charcoal ring, the exact setup is not the important part here. You just need enough hot charcoal underneath your cooking surface to get it up to searing temperature. For my flat cooking surface, I'm using the S&S plancha. Let's get this lit and let the grill start coming up to temperature. And I want to make something very clear here. Now keep in mind, if you don't have a plancha, you do not need to go out and get one. Cast iron pan, most of you already have this. They're great for outdoor cooking. Want to get a little bit more advanced? Get a cast iron pizza pan. This works really, really great. Now, the biggest advantage to using either of these is you probably don't have to spend any money. And the biggest disadvantage is you're not going to get as much cooking surface, so you're going to be limited to doing your food in batches. But that might be perfectly okay if you really don't have a lot of people to feed. So the bigger lesson here is that adding any kind of cooking surface to your kettle opens up foods you probably weren't cooking before. If you're going to pick anything up from this video, that should be it. Hopefully, it inspires you to experiment and try new things and new foods. For smash burgers, I want this cooking surface to be hot. I'm going to check a few different areas of the plancha. So the idea here is not to get even temperatures across, it's just to get these nice zones. So right now here is a really hot spot, 400, 450, and that's gonna be for our smash burgers. And down the middle here, it's a nice, good temperature, and that's where I'm gonna put in that bacon. I'm gonna start with the bacon because it's gonna take a little longer than the smash burgers. And it's gonna let the griddle settle a bit. Bacon smelling really, really good. Neighbors are gonna get jealous for sure. So now for the burgers. I'm gonna be putting down a small pile of those paper thin onions and peppers, then one of our beef balls, and then top it with more onions and peppers. You always need more than you think you need. And now comes the fun part. Let's smash. I'm pressing firmly and getting this burger nice and thin. And I'm using the wooden spoon to give me a little bit more leverage. You're gonna notice a lot of grease splatter and a lot of smoke. And this is why I prefer doing this outside versus in the kitchen. And if you're new to charcoal grilling, this doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a perfect fire or some super technical setup. You just need enough heat under that cooking surface to build a good crust. Now let's look at the edges of these burgers. They're starting to get dark, and on the top, you're going to start seeing a lot more moisture. And once that bottom has developed enough color, it's time to scrape underneath and flip. But you will need a good spatula or scraper to really get underneath that burger. But look at those onions and peppers. They cooked directly underneath the beef, picked up all that fat, and became part of the burger instead of just sitting on top of your burger. A little cheese. But it's at this point that if you want some cheese on your burgers, now it's the time to add it. Let that cheese melt. We're also going to toast the buns. So another good thing about this setup is you can toast your buns directly on top of the surface. Now this is really why I love cooking on a kettle. With a few simple accessories, you can smoke, you can grill, sear, rotisserie, and now cook on a flat surface without filling your backyard with a bunch of different types of cookers. This is all smelling and looking really good. Let's build. Put the bottom bun, then one of our smash burgers. Hey, let's go with a second patty. Don't forget that bacon. And then our top bun. Look at that, crispy edges, onions and peppers. You got that bacon, you got toasted buns, and all of this was cooked outside on a charcoal grill. Now the real question is, how does all of this taste? Let's find out.
It's got some heat too.
The spiciness really helped here. That's a really good burger.
Now I know what you might be thinking. Sal, where's the mustard, the mayo, the ketchup, the pickles? This burger does not need any of that. Smash burger, never tried it. Now is the time. The bacon was a nice touch. Shout out to Justin over at Cask and Q. Go check out his rub. Excellent seasoning. If you have a budget for plancha, get one. Otherwise, if you have a cast iron pan already in your kitchen, then you already got everything you need. Don't let the lack of equipment hold you back. Experiment, try new things. Wow, this burger is outstanding. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.